And you're live. You're live, Hailey.
Am I?
No, you're pretty much like the opposite of that. You're dead tired. Had a rough and exciting week, huh? Yeah?
Oh, not really weak.
Well, the last couple days.
Mm-hmm.
Go us the last couple days. All right, we'll get to that. But how was your week?
It was good.
Yeah?
I finished all my homework for the rest of the semester.
Spectacular.
So now I have a longer break, which is pretty exciting. And was just working on prepping.
Prepping. What does that mean?
Prepping
For
beauty.
Oh, for the wedding?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, not your wedding, of course, but nothing else going on this week?
No.
No, pretty boring otherwise.
Oh,
Okay, there we go.
it freaking rained all week.
It did rain all week.
It was so gloomy.
Yeah.
I was planning, because I'm pale, I was planning to, sit outside a little bit. And yeah, it didn't work.
No.
Every single day it rained all day. Monday through Friday.
Right.
Literally. All the way up to wedding day.
That's funny. We're going to get to that, Christian. Don't worry. We are going to get to that. These saved me, by the way. I don't know if y'all are into these. There's like...
They taste like candy.
It's straight up candy. I mean, they literally do nothing for anything.
But they taste so good.
But they just keep you...
Pectin lozenges.
Oral... What the heck?
Demulcent.
Yeah, sure.
Did you forget letters?
No, I just can't put that. And that's like Maleficent with a D. But no, these saved me, man. I had a pocket full of these, and it was like, nature was not your friend this week. That is correct, Sue. Definitely was not. It was gloomy. Monday was nice because it was okay. Not for you, but for me, it was great because
I was inside all day.
Yeah, but we had the door open. It was gray. It didn't rain. It was just like kind of dreary all day long, and I kind of like that.
Yeah, it
one day
reminds
it's
me
cool.
of snow.
It does. It does. It reminds me of like pre-winter. So that would have been like October, November, back when I was a kid. I'm sure some of the guys that live up north can totally relate to that. And but they don't have the same feelings I do because I left when I was 10 and moved to a state where there was nothing but perpetual sunshine. And they still stayed and lived in the very gloomy north with snow. Yeah. Do you miss going to the snow? I mean, you've seen it twice, right? Oh no. Was there snow? No, the first time we had it both times when we went to Michigan. Was there snow when we went to Chris's up in Seattle? It was just cold.
It was just freezing.
It was just freezing. Yeah.
My voice is kind of gone.
Would you like one of these?
No.
You sure?
Maybe later.
Maybe later?
Yeah, later. Yes, there was snow at the last.
There you go. Christian is on point. Christian stopped by this week.
That I know I saw.
Yeah. Well, actually, technically, Christian didn't stop by this week because he was playing hooky from work. And he's sitting there going, "Why are you saying that like outward?" Because none of your employers know that you're watching this. It's okay. And if they're fans of the show and they are watching it, then
sorry.
Sucks to be you, bro. Hopefully you're but yeah, that was so yeah, we had snow in Alaska. A lot of it.
It was just like ice.
Well, no, we went dog sledding. We had to walk in the snow and dog sled in the snow.
Okay, yeah.
And then when we went to when we were in Canada, you stood on the snow and almost killed yourself.
I know.
That was funny.
Yes.
It was because you were laughing.
I was laughing.
I know. It's the slow laugh before death. I'm dead. What is up, Bobby? Bobby checking in. Yeah, that was it was fun. But this week you got to do something that not everyone gets to do. And I know I didn't really think about that, but it's true. Not everyone gets to be a bridesmaid or a groomsman in a wedding. I've never been a groomsman or a bridesmaid. I mean, we found out last night you can be a bride. I could have been a bridesmaid.
As a bridesman.
Whatever. You can be it.
Yes, you can.
Yeah. So.
Do you want to be a bridesman?
No. No, I don't. No, not at all. Not really my thing. But I would totally, yeah, I could see being like a groomsman.
Yeah.
You know, and that would be fun. I don't know if I want to be a best man. That seems like a lot of responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
It probably was, Christian. I mean, let's be honest. It probably was. Yeah, he stopped by with some unrealistic expectations. Dean in the shoot with toe shoes. Yes, 100%.
How did he know that?
Well, the picture for the show is me in a suit.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean you're wearing toe shoes.
Everybody knows I wear toe shoes. Everyone at the wedding was looking for my toe shoes.
I was really hyping him up for you.
Were you?
Yeah, I said, he's going to be wearing his fancy toes tonight. They're like, what makes him fancy? I said, they go up to his ankles. Were you wearing those ones?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I said, he says those are specifically for pants. And he was wearing the ugliest socks you could imagine.
I was wearing the ugliest socks you could imagine.
Oh my God, they were so bad.
It was perfect for a wedding though, right?
No.
I almost wore my black and white ones. You know, the ones that are black with the white.
Oh,
that kind of
the ties? The ones that you tie?
Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah.
I hate those ones.
Oh, see, I thought those were...
No, those ones would have been really bad.
Hold
on.
I was saying, I don't know where my phone went.
It was right there.
It was.
On the bed, I thought.
It's gone now. It's okay. I still
yeah, but you have all the pictures.
I thought you guys sent them to yourselves.
No. I was in the middle of a wedding.
I don't know where my phone went.
What does he want a picture of?
The one of us with the shoes. We took that one. Do we not know where it went?
Here's Dad in a suit with his toe shoes.
But there is a picture of us with your Chuck Taylors and my toe shoes.
Oh, yeah, that's on your phone. Go find your phone.
I don't know where it went.
Okay, let me call her. Maybe you didn't bring it.
I must have left it out.
I hear her. Did you take it to the bathroom? Hold on, folks. Just a brief moment.
It would have been better if you pinged it.
I don't have a ping. How do you do that? Maybe if you actually wore a watch that you have. Just saying.
I grabbed my watch and just had my watch find it.
That's literally what I just said. I swear. It's here. Yes.
Is it in your room?
Yes.
Where's it at?
I don't know. Pick up the clothes.
Oh, I know where it's at. You hastily made your bed before we started the show.
Yes. I knew it was on the bed.
Yeah.
Sorry?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, Mom just sent it to us.
Oh.
She must have sent herself the pictures. It's right there.
Yeah. Well, that one was better. You could actually see.
You're going to have to brighten, lower, bright.
Here, you do your thing.
I'm trying, but
you do your thing.
There we are.
Yep.
Converse and toe shoes.
Did you get everything set up for Christmas? The answer for that is no. Because
mostly.
Yeah, not yet. After we're done with the shoe, yes. But we'll explain why, because there's a good reason for it, Brian. Finally got on a live show. Hi, Hailey. And that one guy. Looking forward to your beach trip Thursday. Dean,
It's canceled.
No, it's not canceled. You sound horrible Friday on the news. I did sound horrible Friday on the news, and that was funny. Do you have your Christmas? Oh, jeez. Yeah. Sure, Christian. Yeah. That's your Christmas list. That's not my Christmas list. Okay, so you got to be a bridesmaid, as we were saying. I totally surprised you. I pulled out the jacket. I had the tie.
He had a whole on suit.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
never even knew.
yep. It was
I
impressive.
I just couldn't even imagine my dad owning a suit. Like, where was that from?
It's in the closet.
Did you know that you had it?
Yeah.
Ugh, you're just giving me a hard time for no reason. Like, I didn't have enough stress.
I mean, I wanted to wear a T-shirt, show pictures. Don't worry, Fernando. It's the top of the.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah, she'll find the pictures. I got good pictures for you. If you would have been there on time, you would have seen me. I even brought my jacket to work. He came in late. He had a
That
family
late?
thing. Yeah, Sebastian wasn't feeling good that morning.
Oh, wow. Okay. There's him and my mom in a whole suit.
Wearing a purple tie.
I know. You and Uncle Ted kind of matched. Did you notice that?
No.
You guys were wearing like the same thing.
Yeah, in a gray shirt?
Yeah, gray shirt with the tie was just a little different, but it was the same colors. Well,
Good evening, Dan.
he was all of us. There you go.
Yeah. So, so your day started Friday.
Yes.
So
Okay,
kind of
so
walk me through it.
Friday at 5:30 she had her ceremony. What?
No,
At the
Bobby's.
church. And we had to meet at the church at 5:30. And she lives in Plant City, which is
It's an
roughly 51 minutes with no traffic. I left here at 3:30 knowing that there was going to be traffic because it's,
Yeah, you shouldn't
5-4,
use Waze, man.
275.
Waze let you down, bro.
Why?
I'm just saying it let you down.
No, I didn't use. I left way earlier than Waze told me to.
Okay.
Waze told me to leave at 3:50, and I said, okay, I'll leave at 3:30. So I left at like 3:40 because I started panicking because I texted Tay, which I shouldn't have, asking if the dress I was wearing was okay. And she said, it's giving funeral vibes. And I said, okay. So should I change? I had nothing to change into, so I don't know why I was like freaking out. So what? Dad.
Sorry.
Anyway, so I left at 3:40. I didn't get there. Okay, this is what happened. My GPS said, okay, you'll be there at 5:12. Oh my god, you're so annoying.
5:12. Keep going. It'll
And then
pass.
all of a sudden, your eyes are tearing up.
I know.
All of a sudden, it changed to 5:27. No, 5:23. And I was like, okay, I'm still good. And then it changed to 5:27. And I'm like, okay. And then it changed to 5:33. And I'm like, this is a freaking joke. So I texted Mary Margaret and I was like, hey, just so you know, I'm going to be late.
Thank you.
Because I was like, I literally left 2 hours before for a 51-minute drive and I'm still going to be late. So I get there and of course everyone's already in the church. And of course this would happen to me.
Of course.
So I walk up. I don't know where to park. So I had to like turn around. And then I parked, and then I went into what I thought were the main doors, and I tried. It was one of those, the handles where you have to push with your thumb. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, you saw it.
Yeah.
And I said, it's locked. Like, it's literally not opening. I tried both the doors, and it wouldn't budge.
Okay.
So I was like, okay. So I walked to the side, and there was another door.
Yep.
And I opened the door. That's the door where we were walking. The bridesmaids walked towards that side. There was a door.
Yeah.
There's a door on both sides.
Yep.
Because the church was set up, the main pews were here, and then there were 2 sets of pews on the side. So it was like 2 wings and a body. And so I came...
It's like this, It's T-shaped?
Yeah. And so I came in through this door, and I opened the door, and all I saw was one person, and I didn't know who it was. So I said, oh God, and I shut the door. But of course they all saw me. I saw Krista, which is the groom's sister's husband, and I've never met him before. And it was the only person I locked eyes with, and I said, I don't know him, and I slammed the door. And so I'm calling Mary Margaret, I'm calling Vic, who was one of the other bridesmaids, and I'm like, I can't get in. And so they were like, just use the door. And I sent Mary Margaret a picture of what door it should be, and I was like, it's locked. And then I went over to it again, and I like tried again, and it barely opened, and I was like, "Oh my god, this is so embarrassing," and I got there late
She was stymied
again.
by a door.
Yeah.
Brian's having fun with you right now.
Are there doors that are not doors on both sides? No, there are doors.
They could well, okay, secret passages. Think about that for a minute. On one side, it's not a door because it looks like,
Okay,
you
moving
know
on.
okay, sorry. I'm just saying secret passages.
So I get in there and they're going over the ceremony, and I was just like, "Oh my god, this is gonna be so fun."
Oh, yeah?
And it was run by Father Barry, and he was very serious. He
Oh,
brought
yeah.
he brought all, did he have like a chat with you guys before we came in?
No, but when he was explaining the whole communion thing to us,
Oh, he
like, he
explained
went
it to you?
yeah, well, well,
Oh, during the
during the
ceremony?
ceremony, he went through the whole communion thing, and he was very
Yeah.
like I'm like,
Well, I didn't know if he like told you guys about pictures or anything.
"Nope."
Oh, that's
No,
weird.
because you guys were running late, so
Well,
he just
so
commented on how you were running late.
he brought all the bridesmaids and groomsmen together and was like, "All right, I have something actually serious to tell you guys that I need to make sure you guys are all listening to. This is a place of worship. We are not going to be goofing off or doing crazy things. If you have a phone, hi, make sure it's silent. I don't need any noises coming on and off during the ceremony. And also cameras, keep them down. There's a paid photographer for a reason, and I'm going to be telling her to limit that too because like I said before, this is a place of worship. So don't do any funny business." And I was like, "Okay."
So can I pause you right there?
Uh-huh.
Isn't it funny how, like, there's always that uncle? Now they had a paid videographer and a photographer. Both of them were running around, but there's always that uncle, Uncle Stan
Oh
or Uncle
yeah.
Bob that's got
Yeah.
the camera. That's not a good camera, but
He's like
it's his
80
good
years
camera.
old.
And he's like,
And he's like
and he's like, he's walking around with his suit and his point and shoot hanging from it, and
yeah.
you just know it took him like a year to buy that particular point and shoot. And
Yeah.
I got some good pictures, when we went on vacation.
Okay.
Okay, sorry, go ahead.
So after that, we went to Outback, and there was a little bit of a problem there.
At Outback?
Yeah,
Why was there a
because
problem at Outback?
the way that it was like set up, that we had two booths on one side, and then two long tables in the middle, and then three booths on the other side. Well, Mary Margaret and Sean didn't get there like right as we got there, and neither did her parents. So like everyone had sat down.
That is
To
so
go
bad.
do one of those river baptism. Oh my god.
That's so bad.
And so her family got there after, and everyone had already sat at the table. So there was no room for me and Margaret to sit with her family. And so
So there's
she
no
was
room
like,
for the bride to sit with her family.
well, because everyone just like sat down.
Okay.
Like his family was there, and he has divorced parents, and they don't get along. So they both sat at separate tables. So it just like,
No one volunteered to get up to let her
so
sit
when
down?
she got there, she clearly looked mad. So four of us got up and we sat at a different table because we were like, "You have this table." But still, they needed six spots, but there was only like 5 because just how everyone was sitting, and they
Yeah.
didn't want to like move. And I'm like, "All right, this is a freaking wedding. Like, make up for 2 seconds and figure it out."
No.
And so, like, Mary Margaret was getting pissed off because, like, nothing was moving. No one was moving. Nothing was happening. And I'm like, "Do you want me to go ask for an extra table so that we can just slide a table in so there's enough seats?" And so I think finally someone like did that. And parents were just not listening to what she wanted. So that was also a problem. But it finally worked out, like 20 minutes of her just standing there,
All I
like
gotta
pissed
say
off.
is when you find someone, you better find somebody that's got cool parents.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, because it'll be a problem.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anyways, so finally we all sat down. Um, I could tell that the waiter was very stressed out because when it came to dessert time, he didn't go around asking if they wanted dessert. So Joey, I was sitting with Joey, one of the bridesmen, and he was like, hi, I would like another beer, and I would also like this for dessert. And so he was like, okay. And then he walked away, and we were like, okay. Me and Shelby were like,
We don't want anything.
all right. And so Shelby was like, hey, I didn't know it was time for order dessert. I would also like this. And he was like, okay. And he walked away. And I'm like, dude, what the heck? Like, you have a whole table. You're supposed to ask a whole table.
It's
But
his first day.
I didn't really want anything because everything had ice cream on it. And I didn't,
Yeah, you don't need
I
that.
I wasn't very hungry. So I was like, okay.
Lactose intolerant.
Yeah. But I had bread and everyone got blooming onions, and then I had a grilled chicken with mashed potatoes and a salad.
Nice.
So it was like pretty good.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So what was the waiter's deal? He just was.
I don't know. And Shelby was like, then another waiter came. I think he was just like running everything and helping out. He wasn't actually a designated waiter.
Oh,
And he was like, Shelby was like, our waiter just kept coming over and not asking for dessert, so she never got to order dessert. He was like, oh, let me take it right now. And I was like, no, I don't actually want anything. Like, I didn't complain for a reason. Like, I just thought it was funny. He's like, are you sure? And I was like, yeah, I'm fine. I don't want anything. But yeah, so and then I think he realized he never asked me, so he came over with like extra spoons and he was like, do you guys want to share? And I'm like,
no.
no,
No.
we're far past that point. But so yeah, then it was fine. We went back to Mary Margaret's house and I picked up all the girls and we went to the Airbnb. And they literally packed for like they were going away for a week and it was less than 24 hours and half of our most we literally have dresses to wear, so we didn't really have to pack clothes. Like
Right.
but for some reason they packed 2 bags. Like,
Oh, dude, last night when we were
like
packing up your car, like it was just bags on bags on
oh my
bags and mirrors
gosh.
and you were
You
getting
suck for that, by the way.
why?
Also, we'll get to that.
Okay.
So we got to the Airbnb.
So
What?
do you remember Pinky and the Brain, right? Animaniacs.
Yes.
Do you remember the seagulls that were on there?
No.
There was a Animaniacs. They did have a seagull named Steven Seagull. What you do the other had an Italian accent? One of them sounded like Joe Pesci. It's cute. Anyways, sorry. And no, we won't be feeding them Alka-Seltzers, man. That's like bad.
That is bad. They freaking okay. Anyways.
Yeah.
So.
And they could be quite dangerous.
Girls went to the Airbnb. Some of the girls stayed at the Airbnb, and some of the guys stayed at his house. The rest just went home. And then in the morning, we got up and the girls met at the barn. Ooh, that's funny, because the reason I questioned myself was because Joey texted me like right as we were getting to the barn and was like, "Hey, you guys are at the church, right?" And I was like, "Yeah, we're at the church," because I was like doing something. And so he
You
texted.
didn't know where you were?
No. And so he texted Vic and he was like, dude, I came to the church and no one's there at like 11 or 10:30 because he was a guy and didn't need anything.
Yeah.
And so she was like, oh my God, Joey went to the church. And I was like, was that my fault? And I looked at my phone and I texted him that we were at the church. And I texted him and I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And he was like, girl. And I was like, I'm so sorry.
So just to give some, because they don't know what the barn is.
Okay,
so.
the ceremony was at the church.
Yep.
And then we got taken.
There's the steeple. Open it up and see all the people.
You did.
It doesn't matter. So they had this place called the barn, and it's exactly what it sounds like. It was
the big red barn.
And it's a big red barn, but they converted it into, actually, I think they had it built for weddings.
Yes.
And it was, it was so awesome. Yeah. And it was like.
It was set up really nicely.
Yeah, if you're in a country type thing, Plant City, the barn is pretty cool. Yeah, it was really neat. I didn't understand the whole reason why they had like the almost apartment on the end of it.
I think someone lives there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like they rent it out for people, like, because they have cows and everything.
Right.
So it's just like a big fancy barn that they made into.
Yeah. Really nice.
So we get to the barn, and that's where they had like an upstairs, like little living area situation.
No, Christian. It's not her wedding.
This was my cousin's wedding.
Yeah.
And we all went upstairs because I was like where the getting ready area was, and we all did our hair and makeup. And that's where I became a problem child at 8 in the morning because I was the first one. I was one of the first girls. There was 5 girls getting us ready, and I was the first one of the first ones to get their makeup done. And I don't wear makeup. It's like I just don't. And like whenever anyone does my makeup, my eyes water like crazy because I don't like people touching my eyes or anything going near my eyes. Stop. And like when people touch their eyes, I start to walk. Dad, I'm gonna punch you. You're being annoying. Oh my god, I'm too tired for this. And so we were supposed to be wearing fake lashes, which are lashes you glue to your actual lashes, just in case you guys don't know. Well, she did all my eye makeup and then she went on to put the fake lashes on. And at this point, my eyes were like on the verge of like crying.
I was trying to see if these songs
Three
played.
songs that play at every wedding dance
I like Big
in
Butts.
my area. That was played. No, yes, it was. It was played.
I did not hear the Macarena.
Macarena wasn't playing and the chicken dance didn't play, but the Cotton Eye Joe did.
Did it?
Mm-hmm. The remainder of the night combos, no Alan Jackson. I don't know.
No, there was Brooks and Dunn at this one. A lot of Brooks and Dunn.
Mm-hmm.
No Travis Tritt.
But
yeah, no.
So she went to go put on my eyelashes, and immediately I looked like someone just told me someone died because my eyes just wouldn't stop crying. And she had a fan and everything, and I was like, when is she gonna realize this ain't working? And so she finally was like, yeah, I don't think this is. She was like, we can try again. I go, it's not gonna work. She was like, well, just wait for your eyes to calm down. I go, they're not gonna calm down.
Just wait till your eyes calm down, Hailey.
And so I was like, I think we need to just ask her if I can go without them because I'm wearing glasses and they'd just be hitting my glasses anyways. So Mary Margaret came over and she's like, yeah, it's fine. You don't have to do it. Well, I had glue all over my eyes from watering and it never dried. So she basically had to take all of my eye makeup off and redo it again. And of course, I felt bad because we were delayed. And also, she had to redo everything. And she wasn't having a very good morning either. So I gave her a rough morning.
That's right. She made up for it. She removed all your freckles.
Yes. All my freckles were gone. But like, whatever.
Don't eat those.
And then we got breakfast and I got my hair done. And
the hair did, I think is the appropriate terminology.
My hair was done.
Did.
My hair was did?
Yeah, that's what you said. I got my hair did.
Okay, you're being annoying.
Sorry.
Again. Anyways, so we did all that. Then we got her into it. We took pictures. Dude, the videographer, he was like this old man. And he came upstairs. His name is Tim. He was pretty cool. But he comes in and he goes, hey girls, I just want to make sure everyone's decent. And he was already halfway in the room. And I was like, Tim, okay.
No, but there was an old lady in a wheelchair. Oh, was there?
Yes, she was one of the aunts, and she was like dancing.
There was a lot of aunts.
She was really trying to get the dance moves, but it just wasn't working out.
No, the old lady in the wheelchair was the best. The grandma in the wheelchair.
She
was so scared of them breaking her arms off.
She stayed the whole night. Yeah. And she was dancing, her hands in the air. They were wheeling her around. It was so funny. She had a great time.
And they kept doing this with her arms, and I'm going.
Yeah.
That was making me nervous.
So we all got ready. We did the first look with the bridesmaids. We did the first look with the dad and her brother. She has a younger brother. He's my age. She's 28.
Something like that.
27 or 28, and he's 24. So, yeah. And they cried. And then all the girls got on the party bus. Of course, we were running late because...
Definitely.
I honestly think we were running a little bit late, the girls, but I also think we were running more late because they live on... And the party bus would not go down the dirt road to pick the guys up. So the guys had to walk like half...
the guys were already there.
But the party bus picked the guys up,
and then they had
took them to the church, and then came to us.
Okay.
And so the guys had to walk like half a mile to the bus in a dirt road in their tuxes. And then when we were on the way to the church, the driver forgot all of a sudden where the church was, even though he just came from the church. So he like missed.
He was not getting to the church.
I'm like, oh my God. So yeah, so we get to the church and they're like doing touch-ups to Mary Margaret, getting her veil on. So Mary Margaret's dress was huge. It took 2 girls to lift up the dress, and that was cutting it. We definitely
It's
needed
like
more.
a 20-foot veil.
The dress's veil was 8 feet long, and then she had a veil in her hair that was 20 feet long. And like we needed a team. So her veil, when she sat down at the church, there was a whole pew reserved just for her veil because there was nowhere else for it to go. But so funny. And there was I had to help the wedding planner lift up the dress to like fix all the tulle, and there was like 8 layers. I was like, man, Margaret, you're so crazy. But
She wanted to look like a princess.
So we get to the church and she had to fix everything, and of course there was like drama with the boutonnieres, and
What's a boutonniere?
The flowers that go on the guys. And so we had to like makeshift one. Yeah. And then it was finally go time.
So
what?
Not to interrupt here, but our side of the story, as it were, you were like, you guys should leave early because the wedding started at 2:30. We were going to leave at 1, but then it took you so long to get there. I was just like, you guys should leave at noon. So I said, okay. So I told Paul, I said, hey, I got to leave at noon. Of course, Fernando wasn't there, so that created a whole bunch of drama. But I got ready, and of course, I told your mom, pick me up at noon, and she got there at 12:15. And then she's like, well, it's only telling us it's going to take like 45 minutes to get there. I was like, okay. And it did. Yeah. So we ended up getting there, and we got there like an hour and a half early, which was fine. So we sat in the car and listened to music, and I typed up my class notes.
Oh, good. You got some stuff.
I got to type up my class notes for my February class at Vegas Knowledge Fest. Yay. And then we went in to go to the bathroom, and that's where the one kid that showed up was at. We ran into there. Apparently because there's no kids, but one person didn't read that, and they brought their kid. The one cousin that brought the kid. You didn't see that? Yeah, apparently that turned out to be not good. Like that ended poorly. And then that's where I saw all the guys, waiting to go out. And so then we went and sat in the short booth. There was 4 of us, and I was sitting like this, and it was a full ceremony. All right, so that's us caught up to that.
Okay, so they had all the girls go meet their like the groomsmen, and yes. I didn't realize like it was happening. But no one really said, all right, guys, we're going in. So I was like cracking jokes and talking and stuff, and they're like, shh, they can hear you. And I was like, sorry, I didn't know it started.
It'd be cool to see Ada get married.
No.
Yeah, no, that'd be fun.
So I was like, oh crap, it's actually happening right now. And so
put up a GoFundMe.
Okay, shh.
I'm sorry.
So we get in the church, everyone's staring at us, so awkward. I didn't know where to look or what to do with my face. So
did you like that singer that was in the church?
No.
Yeah, that was good stuff.
So funny.
I was like Whitney Houston.
In the rehearsal, she was not talking. She talked once and then she stopped talking. And so there was an organ above everyone, and there was a lady playing the organ.
Oh yeah,
and
jamming
singing.
Out.
There was one point in the rehearsal where she just like spoke up through the mic, and no one remembered that she was there, and everyone freaking jumped out their seats and was so scared because we all forgot she was there, and all of a sudden she had something to say.
Yeah.
It's so scary.
So the thing out of the whole ceremony, because we'll fast forward through that because it was just long. Anyone that's been to church.
The only time I really lost it was when we were all standing up there because Mary Margaret chose a song to walk down the aisle to, and they didn't say like you can cut it down, and it was a very long song. And of course, everyone was like, it was just her walking, and so we were all just standing there. And she was still singing and still singing and still singing. Yeah. And I was just like, I can't do this anymore.
Wrap it up, bro.
I was like I was crying at the same time, but then I like started laughing because I was like, girl, get the hint. Like, we're ready to sit down. I didn't know. They were like, just smile. And I'm like, I don't just smile.
That's like, not your thing. You don't know how to smile. Howdy from Germany. What's up, Dave?
Yeah. So then we went through the ceremony, and of course, some girls couldn't handle themselves and wouldn't shut up laughing. Like, they were to the point of like gagging. They were trying so hard not to like laugh.
I was to the point of gagging, but that was just because I went through like 20 of these.
And I kept hearing moms And I'm like,
That might have
Jesus
been me.
No, it was Mom. I know Mom's
Oh
called.
yeah, I know it's true.
And they did us the disservice of putting the groomsmen across from the bridesmaids. So
In that tea.
yes. So all we were looking at was the groomsmen. And of course, no one was behaving. Everyone was making faces. And I was just like, oh my God. And at one point, apparently, I was making a very disturbed, disgusted face. I think it was when they were pouring the
Wait,
wine.
you were having a bad face moment?
Yes, when they were pouring the wine, and like I realized everyone had to drink from the same wine glass.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was like,
ooh, yeah,
and
backwash.
Philip, the guy that I was walking with, was like, there was one point during the ceremony, you look so gross. I was like, yeah, that's so disgusting. Like,
Yeah, you think COVID would have,
yeah,
pretty much
but
put that
no one actually drank from it. They dipped their little,
Oh, they dipped the wafer in it?
and
Really?
then yeah.
Oh, that's weird.
So everyone was touching the freaking wafers. It was so nasty. The pastor touched it, then the person touched it, then they gave it to the lady, and then they dipped it. I'm like, ooh.
If I'd have known, I'd have been pimping them out at the door on the way in.
So yeah, then everyone was ready to go. So then everyone drove to the ceremony or the cocktail hour. And half the people got on the party bus to go to the cocktail hour. And then Mary Margaret and Sean were taking pictures at the church, so they came after.
Yeah.
And so
we got there for the cocktails.
Mm-hmm.
Because that was and they ushered everyone. They had this beautiful bar area around the backside of the barn,
Mm-hmm.
where they had finger food. They had this meat platter, I don't know, cheese
charcuterie
board set up, and it was so funny because
there were flowers and freaking
Jimmy.
one of
So
the whole flower.
So they had these flowers made out of
pepperoni flowers.
Yeah, it was the coolest thing ever. And Uncle Jimmy, that's his name, walked up and goes, "I'll take that." Took it right off and dropped it on his plate. I saw it
on the plate, and I was like, he didn't get the memo.
And that's what I said. I think that was just for looks. He goes, "Yeah, but it tastes good." Just kept eating, and I was like, "You go." And that's where. So it was Chrissy.
Yeah, Chrissy,
CJ,
George. No, CJ wasn't there.
Well, no. What I'm saying is the three of us were talking, and that's when, from the corner of our eye, we looked over and we saw the people with the kid get asked to leave.
I wonder who it was.
No, I'll tell you later.
Oh, okay.
And that apparently didn't go very well, according to After Action Report.
Can't wait to hear this. So they let the bridesmaids, because we got there early going to the cocktail hour, so we were able to steal some food, so that was kind of nice. And then Mary Margaret, apparently they thought the party bus wasn't coming to pick them up, but I was like, they're just gonna leave the bride. Okay. So then they got picked up, and so awkward because they had to freaking go into the open field.
I mean, if I had an Oreo, that would have been.
It was so funny because the guys got Chick-fil-A breakfast, and one of the guys was like, "Bro, I was gonna have pocket nugs, but I thought it would be too bad." I was like, "What the heck? You definitely should have, thrown them across the church to us. What the heck?" Because we were all starving. And so then Mary Margaret and Sean came in there, and they had to take pictures in front of literally the whole cocktail hour. It was so awkward. And then they had all the bridal party come out and take pictures with her and stuff. And so many it was so many directions with having no direction at all, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, girl, just tell us what you want. You're telling us what you want, but then you're saying it's wrong, and then you're not. I was getting pretty annoyed, but it's fine.
Well, to be fair, on the invitation, it had a whole list of things you could not do. One of which was
children.
You can't wear jeans.
No jeans, no children. That was the only thing they asked for.
Yeah.
Which I feel like that's pretty easy.
So, and there was plenty of people that came that had kids that had arranged for babysitters and stuff like that. So
this wedding was 2 years of planning.
Yeah, it wasn't like it was a. Yeah, this is one of those Hollywood weddings.
No, it was because they were paying for it
in the country.
Whatever.
Oh no, they pulled out. It was a nice wedding.
So then it was we had to do our bridal party introductions, and nobody had planned anything, so we were like, okay, hey. Yeah. And he played. What was the freaking song he played?
You asked
me.
Oh
my god. Too sexy for this shirt.
Oh right.
And I was like, why is he playing this song?
Right Said Fred.
It was terrible song choice, and I was like, "Okay, whatever." So we get in, and then they immediately do the father-daughter dance, or it was the first dance, and Mary Margaret had Sean.
No, no,
Don't
no,
say that.
no.
Why would somebody say that?
She's in love with that fool.
And they've been together for, like, ever.
Yeah, this wasn't a
Um,
shotgun wedding.
and
Oh no, they just
no, it's because okay, I'm not getting into this. Anyways, ugh, okay, he's
Moving
being
on.
more annoying than you are.
I mean,
Okay, they do the first dance, and Mary Margaret had Sean do dance lessons,
oh
and
yeah,
her dress was so big that they were able to
it's like a
practice.
6 foot
No,
circumference.
no, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was.
It wasn't.
Yeah, it was at least 5.
Okay, anyways, they had to they practiced with something, but of course nothing was big enough to her dress. So
That dance went on forever, man.
it's a song.
I know, but like, who dances for the whole song?
I don't know, but it was so funny, and he did a lift, and he was like dying inside, and you could tell it was so funny. And then they did the father-daughter dance, and of course, literally,
That was a good song, dude. That was a
yeah,
tearjerker.
and I was bawling
The father daughter song.
because
That was rough.
my uncle
What's
Corey
up, Fro?
doesn't cry.
Oh yeah, he
And
did. He cried like a baby
no,
the whole
I'm
night.
saying he doesn't cry. And to see him bawling his eyes out, like, couldn't even, like, talk, I was like, "All right, I'm out. You got me." And then they did this mother-son dance, and I didn't cry for that.
No,
And then neither did the mom. And
yeah, it wasn't
and
as
then they were
good.
like, "All right, it's dinner time." And we got to go first, thank God. That is a blessing of being in the bridal party. We get to go first. So they had a in Buffalo. They had a
No,
barbecue
they had a
buffet.
buffalo.
It was a barbecue buffet. So and it was so good. That freaking potato salad.
I didn't get it.
Whoa.
I wanted extra mac and cheese.
It was so good that I can't believe we missed out on it. So good. And then of course, 2 seconds after he finishes dinner, guess who's at the dessert table? I'm
Wait,
like,
you talking about me?
I said to Dad, I
Wait,
go,
no, I hadn't even started dinner yet. I just went over to
oh,
wash my
pardon me.
hands.
I see him
So
walking,
we
and
were
I
at all
said,
right. So let me back up. We were at table 3. So we waited for our turn,
"Mhm,
and I went through the line, which they were kind of skimpy.
yes,
They were really skimpy. I was kind of disappointed in how skimpy. The food was great. The portions, not so
yes."
great. The guys towards the end, they seemed like they were getting piled on. So, anyways, I set my plate down and I walked over to go to the bathroom to wash my hands because you know me, I got to wash my hands before I eat. And there's the dessert buffet set up, and I'm like,
And I see him. I go, "He better not. He better not."
and there's a plate full of
And
churros.
Krista's like, "What? What are you talking about?" I said, "My dad's about to take a dessert. He better not do it."
I
And I
told
see
you.
him. I go, "He freaking did it." And he
I,
comes walking
I
over,
came over and dude,
and the
some of
whole bridal party was like,
there was one dudes that were sitting at one of the back tables because
Mhm.
obviously we're table 3 and there's
Yeah,
like
he was
table
like,
8, and they're like, "What the heck?" I'm like, "You guys are sitting right
I
here.
know.
You could have walked right over. It's food on a table.
Yeah.
There's
And
no
then
cop.
he gets over
You
to
guys are cops."
he gets over to Sean and Mary Margaret, and Mary Margaret's like, "Where'd you get is that a churro?" He's like, "Yeah, it's on your dessert table." She's like, "We have churros?" He was like, "It's your wedding."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Oh my god."
And I go, "Do you want them? I'll go get you. There's like 3 plates of them over there. I'll bring them over. They're not that good. The churros sucked.
Yeah, they weren't that good, but
They were
everything
some of the chewiest churros ever.
but everything was so good. Like,
Everything was good.
the cake was cookies and cream. It was an actual cake that people could eat,
Yeah, no, it
like a
was
flavor that
yeah,
people would
yeah.
actually like. And
The brownies were good. The
okay,
peanut butter brownies.
let me discuss this whole kids thing because
Okay.
Mary Margaret loves kids.
That
Our
very
whole
much
family
so.
loves kids.
Yes.
But at the same time, when you're paying so much money for a wedding and like you're renting half the stuff and there's a lot of people don't want to be running after kids and they don't want to be break kids touch everything and they're kind of annoying sometimes. And like
They wanted to do adult things.
Yes, like, we wanted to have a good time while not having to babysit, and that's coming from me. I work with kids, I love kids, I would much rather sit at the kids' table than the adults' table, and
We always end up sitting at the kids'
yes,
table.
even if I didn't have a choice, I would preferably sit at the kids' table, and I would not want kids at that wedding. There was a lot of expensive things and a lot of things going on, and it would have just been so annoying.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and it's
I didn't know this going into it, but I was like, I would have gladly volunteered to babysit the kids, and I would have brought a bag of rocks and a box of lighters, and we would have had the best
God.
night ever. I'm just saying.
Okay, with that being said, so then all like the grandparents left and everything, and except one, the wheelchair,
The
in the wheelchair.
grandma did not
But
leave.
and then
She
everyone
rocked the
was
night
like
out.
starting to feel the alcohol and everything, and the
Well,
dance
well,
floor.
the dance started out with them handing out. They played
Their first song
Fireball.
was Fireball, and they came around with buckets of Fireball
and
shots
just
for
started handing
everyone.
out Fireball to
And
everybody.
no one really got the memo that the dance floor was really open, but that's because everyone was still like getting food or they just got their food. So
yeah.
But then finally everyone was done eating, feeling the alcohol, and then yeah, it was a good time. I'm ignoring him. At this point, he's feeding off me.
He is living his best right now. That is
so
totally out of having so much fun over there. Yeah. Well, I mean, technically, we're all kids.
It was really fun.
Yeah, I mean, I got to bring my kid. She was part of the wedding.
Yeah, but it was a really good night.
Yeah, no, it was fun.
We ended the night with 4 guys taking their shirts off.
4 guys with no shirts on, none of which you'd want to see their shirts off. No. I was almost like, please put it back on. Please put it back. There was only one issue the whole night with somebody that was not having a good time. But by the end of the wedding,
who? The kid?
The kid? No, that's the girlfriend.
Oh, right.
Yeah, but she didn't seem to be having a good time. But then, little alcohol fixed that. Yeah. Life is good.
Yeah, so it was fun, and then we. There was no bouquet catching, no garter tossing, no weird stuff.
So that was one of my big complaints, because like when they went over to cut the cake, I was like, they're cutting the cake and they're smashing cake in each other's face.
No, they didn't do that.
They did.
No, they didn't. They just fed each other.
Okay,
they didn't smash
right, but
it.
all right. Well, I'm just saying, I don't know. We didn't get to see it.
Well, they don't really announce that anymore at weddings.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you're gonna have to. I was like, dude, I want the cake to roll out in the middle of the floor. I want everyone to pay. I want the full-on experience, man. That was a big deal when we got married.
Yeah.
Smashing the cake.
Yeah,
the garter belt thing.
At Lindsay's wedding, nobody knew it happened, and then everyone had cake at their table.
Yeah.
And I was like, did they serve the cake? Where's all the cake? And they're like, no, it's just sitting at the table. I was like, oh, well, let me have it myself.
No, I mean, the cutting of the cake is like it's a tradition, man.
Yeah.
I was kind of bummed about that.
Yeah.
Because everyone's just sitting down and I see it going on. I'm like, can we go over and watch? I mean,
yeah,
I guess we'll just have to wait till the video comes out, because that's, the videographer was over there having a good time.
But then we loaded everything up. We got in our car, and freaking Dad, me and Shelby are ready to go because.
Okay, let me back this up because I know what you're going to say. So the mom of the bride comes to me and she's like,
no, I know all this.
Okay, well, she came to me later.
I know, she told me.
And she's like, hey, thank you so much for letting Hailey drive. And I'm like, she's a big girl now. She's got keys to her own car.
Okay.
You bet.
Because I had the trunk that put everything in it. So
they all know your trunk.
Yes, I'm just telling them that my trunk was designated.
Thank God we have the diamond sub in there that's hidden underneath.
Yeah,
so
seriously,
we weren't taking up any space with the subwoofer.
I had to take out the car seat and so I had the mother of the bride stuff, my stuff, and the maid of honor stuff.
And the mirrors.
Shh, we're not there yet.
Oh, okay.
This is the part where I'm like, dude, the one time I need you to shut up and not be nice. Anyways, so me and Shelby are like, we need to go. We got our stuff. Let's go because we need to check into the hotel. I knew that everyone was going to the hotel, and I'm like, we want to get there. We don't have to wait in the stupid line. So we're rushing. First, my stupid lights, my overhead lights wouldn't come off. Turn off.
This was a panic. She gets out of the car.
Yes, because I
freaking out.
I shut the car off. I wait for it to turn off, and then I turn it on, and they're still not going
The
off. And
hatch
I'm
wasn't
like,
closed all the way.
yes, all the freaking doors were closed. Even my little sign that comes on when the door's open was not open. The lights weren't shutting off. And I'm like, Dad, my lights aren't turning off. And he's like, okay. Of course, he just freaking turns it off like I just did 2 seconds ago, and it's fine. And so I'm like ready to pull out. And this freaking lady that worked at the barn goes, hey, is anyone going in that back seat of yours? And I'm like, no, we're leaving. And she's like, well, do you have room? And Dad's like, yeah, there's room. What do you need? And I'm like, oh my freaking God. And she goes, all those mirrors that were decorated in there, we need somewhere to put those. I go, and Dad's like, yeah, bring them out. I'll load them up. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. So we have to wait even longer. And at this point, everyone's leaving. And I'm like, and the shuttle was like right in front of us. And I'm like, oh my freaking God. So me and Shelby get into the parking lot. We got there at the same time as the shuttle. We
And you
pulled in at
ran.
this.
You just
We
ran.
ran across the bushes, and nobody was checking in except for us.
I was gonna say. Yeah, exactly. All that hate towards Dad.
But seriously, I was like, how did I get these? And Sean was like, well, okay. So we check in, and I had booked the room under my name, but it was through my mom's account. And the lady was like, hi, Susan. I'm like, okay, I'm just playing off. And I gave her my license, and she was like, okay, so is Susan with you by chance? And I'm like, no, she's halfway home. And she was like, okay. And I'm like, she was like, it says it's under Susan's name. And I go, well, I booked it under my name, but it's in my mom's account. And she was like, okay. I'm like, I swear to God, just give me my freaking room. It's been a long day. And she goes, all right. So at this time, I'm just going to let it slide, and you can get your room. I'm like, yeah, thank you. You don't want the freaking bridal party screaming at you. So I get it. Good move. And so she gives me my room. And I'm like, okay. So I go out and get my stuff. Shelby checks in. And I'm like, I ran to my room. Mary Margaret wasn't there yet. And I had all her stuff in my trunk. And I'm like, they're going to need me to come down and get this stuff. But I said, I need to shower. I don't even care. I've never gotten a shower so fast. Dude, it was like a race car.
No 20-minute.
I had to freaking take all my makeup off. I showered. And right as I got out of the shower, Shelby texted me and was like, hey, Mary Margaret's downstairs. And I said, perfect. So I get in my pajamas. Pardon me. Sorry. And that was my phone, not my butt, just so you know. Because I said pardon me, so I didn't want to.
Think that you farted?
And it sounded okay, whatever. I'm tired. So we got pajamas with our initials on them to get ready. And I come down, my hair is wet. I'm in pajamas, and everyone's like, oh my God. And I was like, what? And they're like, you already had time to shower? We just saw you pull up. And I'm like, I don't waste any time. And Sean was
First
like,
time in her life for that.
yeah. And Sean was like, who are you? And I was like, I know, I'm unrecognizable now. And because we had so much makeup on. It was
a lot of
it
makeup.
was
Even
crazy.
Mimi didn't recognize
Yeah.
it. She's, that's not Hailey.
I'm like, oh my God. So yeah, we got everything, and I was like, I'm starving. So me and Vic, one of the bridesmaids, went over to McDonald's, and we got everyone McDonald's, and I got a corn powder with cheese and a Happy Meal with chicken nuggets. And I took that straight to my room, put on my PJs, and turned on Gilmore Girls, and I passed out.
Really?
Yeah, I was
so
dead
you have no
tired.
idea what happened the rest of the night.
Everyone went to bed.
Oh, very.
Mary Margaret, Sean took the dress off, gave them in McDonald's. Everyone passed out.
Yeah.
Except the maid of honor out here. Apparently, she went down to Tampa.
Oh.
She partied in Tampa.
Who?
Shelby.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I know.
She took CJ. CJ didn't want to call it a night.
Oh, he didn't?
Nah, he was like,
he was having a great time.
He's like, we gotta go party. I'm like, hey, great to
Once
be young.
we got to the hotel, he was ready to go to bed.
Yeah, that's what I figured. I was like, these guys are all amateurs. They're all gonna be going to bed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which totally fine with.
Yeah.
I wanted to go. Originally, I wanted to go to Waffle. I wanted to go to Waffle House. I was like, come on, everyone, let's go to Waffle House. And they were all like, Sean was like, no, we're not going to Waffle House. And I'm like, oh, you suck. So I was like, fine, I'll just go to McDonald's. It took an hour to get freaking McDonald's, but we got everything we wanted, and guess what worked?
The ATM
At
card?
1 in the morning, the ice cream machine.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Vic got a hot fudge sundae. I was like, wow,
Yeah, that's
the
weird.
miracles of wedding days, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, then I set my alarm for 9 o'clock because they wanted to get breakfast, and I texted at 9:15. I was like, "Hey, is anyone downstairs?" And at 9:20, Mary Margaret was like, "Yeah, we're downstairs." And I was like, "Okay." So I take 5 minutes to brush my teeth and put clothes on because I set them out, and I go downstairs and I had breakfast with her and Sean and CJ, and Sean was like, because they had a flight at 3:50 to go to Ireland
Were they
the
flying out
same
of
day.
Orlando or Tampa?
No idea, but they had to pack everything still to go, so he was like, "Let's go." So I followed them to the house, dropped the mirrors off, and then I was like, "All right, see ya. I'm going to bed."
Yeah, then you got home and you're like, I'm so tired. I'm like, go to bed. We got nothing to do today.
I know. I was like fully expecting
than-
us to have plans on the schedule.
Well, yeah, I mean, decorate, finish the Christmas decorations, but
Yeah.
it's like, it's the December 25th. I think we're okay.
I know.
Yeah. So that was that. I mean, we got home and I went to bed. Actually, I got home and I turned on the TV and fell asleep out there.
Yeah.
That was way more exciting.
No one was wasted. No one was hammered that in the bridal party, so no one needed their hair held. It was a good night. No one was like trashed.
I don't know if that means it was a good night.
Yes, it does.
Okay.
Because if you have to end the night holding someone's hair back, it's not a fun night.
I mean, that's when you know it was a party.
No, that's annoying.
You know.
That's when the party is ruined.
Ah, man, I don't know. I don't think it's a party.
They ended the wedding with is it called Closing Time? Is that the name of the song? Yeah. And then lights went on and everyone scrammed. It's like cockroaches.
Yeah. They played that when we were in Canada. They played that when the show floor closed.
Yeah. But
not that it mattered. We'd already started taking everything apart by then.
Yeah. It was a good time. It was a good wedding.
Yeah.
Everyone seemed happy the whole time.
So to sum up your experience as a bridesmaid.
Yeah, it's so fun. You get all the BTS of it all. And you're constantly involved, so it's kind of fun.
I had to think about that for a minute. It's behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm not an acronym guy.
So I was like, yeah, it's just fun.
Yeah?
Yeah. I felt like I was just like...
But the best part of the whole wedding, of course, was, seeing me dressed up, right?
Sure. Sure.
You're too funny. You're too funny. So we got a big week ahead of us. Thanksgiving's coming up. Another fun week. Thursday, we're going to be live on the beach. Thursday morning, 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Live on the beach. You guys can tune in.
It's canceled.
Nope, won't be canceled. We're going to be taking your questions, having a good old time. I had to wear pants. I wanted to wear shorts.
It was a formal wedding, guys.
It was a very formal wedding. Yeah.
I had to wear heels.
Yeah.
Immediately after we ate, before we ate food, I got my food, put it down, and I said, I'm getting out of these stupid shoes. And I put on my high tops, and that was the best I could do.
Yeah, everyone kept looking at my shoes, going, "Oh, yeah, you wore them." I'm like,
of course he did.
It's all I own. I mean, why would I wear something else? Mom's only comment was, you need to get a pair that it's all black. So it's like black on top, black on the bottom.
I didn't like the brown toes. I thought that was weird.
So I bought those years ago.
I know, but I'm just saying, why would that even be a thing?
Because I don't know. That's probably why they were on sale. They do make a black on black pair. And I'm sure I'll have to get some, just to make everybody happy. I'll get some. I should have worn my denim ones. Those ones are really nice.
All right. Thanks for watching, everyone. See you Thursday, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time at the beach.
Wow, look at your excitement level.
I know my food is waiting for me.
Is it?
Yes.
All right. Well, hey, guys, thank you so much for tuning in and giving us your Sunday. It means a lot to us that you do get to you participate, spend some time with us.
Sorry I didn't show up in my dress.
Why would you have done that?
Because they asked me to show up in my dress.
Oh, that was terrible.
Here was... Here was the bride and the groom. So beautiful.
All right. You guys have a great rest of your week. We'll see you Thanksgiving Day. As always,
Bye.
Have fun. See ya.